Namaste everyone. Welcome to What's Your Favorite Position, a show where we twist, bend and breathe into our favorite yoga positions and philosophical musings. I'm your host Swati Kain, guiding you into this wacky world of yoga like never before. Joining us today is one of my favorite yoga teachers from Gurugram, Shani Dayal. Shani has a professional degree in architecture from the School of Planning and Architecture in Delhi. After practicing for a few years, she opened a design studio with her husband, but Shani understood that yoga is a calling and took it professionally. She completed her 200 hours registered yoga teachers training from Yoga Alliance under Dr. Tejwinder Monga at Namah Shivaya, International School of Yoga and Meditation in Delhi. Later, Shani completed her foundational course in yoga and later Sthapna course from Kaivalya Dham in Lonavala. Shani has also done an advanced pranayam course from the Yoga Institute in Mumbai. In 2018, she started her own yoga studio in Gurugram by the name of Shani Yoga, where she taught Hatha, Vinyasa and Yin Yoga. She started taking live virtual yoga classes and also launched her website shaniyoga.in. Shani has been successful in co-hosting yoga retreats to Maldives, Goa and recently to Ladakh, where the participants were guided in techniques of pranayam, meditation and sound healing. Hi Shani, welcome to the show.
Hi Swati, thank you so much for having me. It's such a pleasure.
I want to start the show on a personal note. In 2011, I graduated from my yoga school, which is Morarji Desai National Institute of Yoga in Delhi. I did my diploma in yogic sciences and that's how I became a yoga teacher. And it was like, I feel like back then it was a lonely journey because my friends around me, people around me were not really taking yoga as a career. Yeah. For example, my mother's friend, she asked me, okay, so now, you know, you're a Hindu priest. So I was like, with that question, I was stunned. How did people around you take it when, when you decided to become a yoga teacher?
So, very thankfully for me, like my family took it very positively because it was a big shift from architecture to practicing and taking yoga as a profession. But in my family, my dad, I've seen my grandparents really growing up and seeing them practice yoga. So for them, it came very easily. They could accept it very easily. Though I got this question a lot from my friends and people around, oh, okay, so now you just teach yoga, you practice yoga. Like, why did you leave that job or that your own studio as running as an architect? So people took time to accept it. And it happens even now that, when for example, my in-laws, when they're introducing me, they say that she's an architect, but now she practices yoga.
Okay, yeah.
So they want to give it as a validation that, okay, she has done architecture also, but now she practices. So I think it's but that shift in mindset is changing in people. People are accepting and understanding that yoga is not just something which you do in your time pass, as passing your time.
It's not just a hobby, guys.
It's not just a hobby, it is a full-fledged profession.
So, what is the practice of the day? What are we practicing?
So we'll be practicing a standing asana, which is going to build a foundation for all standing asanas. I'm going to really break down the asana for you. So we'll begin our practice today focusing on one of the foundational standing asana, Tadasana. Sthira Sukham Asanam. So which means Sthira is stability, Sukh is peace and bliss in every asana, in every posture. Because when we are forcing and pushing ourselves too much, our body and mind will go into stress. But if we are completely relaxed, then it will go into lethargy. So he is telling us to find a balance between these two, which is very important in every asana practice. So let's just build our asana first through looking at the feet.
So we're doing the foundation
working
part?
On the foundation, exactly.
Yes.
So what we can do is we can just start to activate the toes. So maybe lift all your toes up, send the big toe down, rest of the toes are up. Then again, now rest of the toes are down, big toe is up.
This is fun.
Yeah, this is a great exercise actually to build awareness on the soles of the feet. And then all you have to do is just lift all your toes up and then start to send your toes down like you're playing piano and try and grip the mat like that.
I've never done that with my fingers. You're asking me to do that with my toes.
Yeah. Now coming to the pelvic region. So this is actually like a bowl, pelvic bowl. And imagine a bowl filled with water. You don't want to spill the water forward or back. So a lot of times what happens, people either stand like this, too much arching, or they just go a little too lazy and the pelvis tilts backwards. Okay, so we want to bring our pelvis in the center. All right, so this can happen by activating your abdominal muscles and keeping the spine straight. And after that, roll the shoulders back and then pull the shoulder blades down away from your ears. All right, now don't over arch the spine also, so ribs are kind of like hugged in. And a great way to bring the head into neutral position is just taking the first two fingers, push the chin back. So bringing the head back over the shoulders.
Yeah.
You can gaze at one point. This is the drishti point. Very important aspect of all asana practice is where you're looking at. That helps to keep the mind focused and calm.
Our drishti point is the camera right now.
And from here, today we'll practice Uttihta Hasta Padangushtasana, which is also a balancing posture. It's going to be fun and challenging. Let's try how it goes. So what we have to do is, first transfer the body weight in your left leg so that you let the right leg be a little easy. Okay? And then slowly from here, bring the knee into your chest, holding the knee with your hands. Once this feels comfortable, keep looking at one point in front of yourself and the breath should be relaxed. Left hand on the waist. Right hand, you can either hold the big toe with the first two fingers or just keep holding your knee. So whatever works for you, and then maybe even extend the leg if the flexibility allows. Keep holding that posture. And then slowly, let's try to fold forward. Let's see how that goes. Folding forward as you exhale.
This is always challenging.
It is. And then slowly inhale, come up. Keeping your breath relaxed, fine-tuned. And then take your leg to the right side, externally rotating the right hip joint.
I'm going to clash.
Hold it. If comfortable, you can look over your left shoulder, so that's shifting the gaze and might challenge the balance.
I'm going to fall.
Hold it, hold it. Slowly look forward. And then take your leg back into the center. Doing great. Inhale here. Exhale, fold once more. Then inhale, come up. And release the toe, but try to keep the leg in the same position. Point your toe, working on active flexibility. Gaze at one point. That can be in front of yourself or your right big toe.
The quadricep is burning.
Yeah. And then slowly relax, exhale, come down.
Oh, nice.
Awesome. Should we do the other side?
Believe it or not, this was my strong part. Okay,
Let's see
go
how
on
that
to the
goes.
left side.
Cool. And then slowly exhale and release. Let's just stretch out our legs.
Yeah,
I'm sure the
let's do
soles
that.
of the feet start to burn as well.
It's the
And
hamstrings.
quads and
The hamstrings, the quads.
a lot of places.
Yeah,
in the
but you
body.
feel so strong in the lower body. You have a
Absolutely.
strong foundation. You have a strong foundation now.
Exactly, and all these standing asanas actually work on building this foundation of strengthening and mobilizing the lower body. We all need mobility.
Yes.
Even the people who are sitting on desks need a lot of standing and mobilizing their lower body, because their lower body becomes very, they don't use it so much when you're sitting for 10 hours, 12 hours a day. So that is not how our body wants to be. It wants movement. So,
All of us, well, sitting is the new smoking, as they say.
yeah, that's true. One very common question that people say is, yoga is too slow for me, or I'm not patient enough for yoga. And then I'm like, then you need it even more. The whole yoga philosophy and the whole asana practice, pranayama, meditation, everything is all about taking your awareness from outside to inside. And asana practice is just a tool to do this. You know, it's like an anchor, a tool to take your awareness from outside to inside. Don't hold on to the asana practice as the end goal of the practice. You know, just work on yourself and go and take your awareness inside.
I really like the cafe here. Do you want to check it out?
Yeah, sure.
Let's go and have some
Awesome.
hot beverage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
I've been wanting to ask, what's your favorite position? What I mean is, we have so many positions / roles as a woman to play in life, as a mother, as a daughter, professionally again, we are CEOs, we are yoga teachers, we are police officers. What is your favorite position?
This is a very interesting question, actually. I don't think anyone's ever asked me this.
Okay. It's always the first time.
I think my favorite position is, I always wanted to be a teacher. I did my architecture and all of that, but even as a kid, I remember wearing my mom's sari, having a blackboard in the back, and just teaching my own self, writing notes on that, and So even after I became a teacher, my mom was like, "This is what you really wanted." So I really like this position of me being in a place where I'm able to not just guide people, but also help them in a manner, and it gives me immense satisfaction, deep satisfaction, when people come to me and they say that this felt great. This is what I was looking for,
Wow.
and something like that. So
Wow.
yeah, so I just love this position.
Wow. Well, there you go. Thank you so much for being a part of this.
It's my pleasure, Swati, and thank you so much for having me. It was lovely, the whole thing, and the whole concept. I'm in love with the concept already. So great, and I wish you all the best. I'm really sure that's gonna
Well,
become
cheers.
big. Yeah.
Cheers with
to
our
that.
coffee mugs.
Yeah.